What I'm going to do is show you how easy it is to make a spectacular pot, and these are really popular. I want to thank Ailish Burns as well, one of my members, who sent me this mould of a rose to turn it into this pot. I'm going to be showing you how to use the chrome powders to get the best out of them. Now, I'm going to be using two different colours on this. I'm going to be using green and red. The green for the leaves and the red for, obviously, the rose. The green is going to go on where the leaves are. You can clearly see the leaves on this mould. But you don't have to use this mould. You can use any type of mould. I love these little makeup sponges for putting these powders on with. It works really well. And what you need to do is, whenever you're doing this, is to make sure that you burnish these colours in. So that means when you've got them on, just don't leave them on and do nothing with them. Actually rub it as well, and that will burnish those colours really well. You can see how well that's burnished in there. Well, I don't know if you can see. I'm not very neat at doing this, so if you're not very neat like me, you can always go in with a bit of a baby wipe afterwards and tidy up. I'm loving these. I don't know if you saw the Santa I made in a pyramid, but that came out awesome. So that's all the green on. There's any green bits on this. Nope, that's all red. So now we can move over to the red, put that on in exactly the same way. You can get these in longer handles. I'm not sure if I've got any at the moment. Oh yeah, I have. And that does make life a little bit easier if you've got a longer bit of a mould to get into, like I have here. And if you want to, you can turn your mould inside out like this to make sure that you've got it on all the way around wherever you want it. And this is what I mean by burnishing it. You can see how lovely and shiny that is. Now, if you put that on and leave it like that, it isn't quite as shiny. So if you just go over it a few times with whatever it is you're applying it with, then it will burnish that up really well and give you that lovely ultra gloss finish. Look at that, how beautiful that is. So I'm ready to pour my resin. What I'm going to be using for this one is the Pure Glossy. I buy this in 2 gallons at a time because it's so good value. And I know that that will cure up really well in this size mould, even if I put it into my curing box, which I probably will, to get it cured up quicker. It's a 1-to-1 resin, and it really does do what it says on the tin or on the bottle. It cures up lovely and glossy. And I think that's just been made available in a lot more countries as well. So I'll be able to link it in more countries. And I'm mixing it up in one of the really big, nice, deep jugs that I've got in my kit. And this big mat comes in it along with lots of other great goodies and ideal size items. And it's really good value. Actually, we make very little money on it at all. It's all about providing some really good quality jugs. I'm going to mix that up now for about 4 minutes, and then I'll show you what you need to do to get the real depth of colour and make the most of your chrome powders. So that's been mixing now for 4 minutes, so that should be ready to do the next stage. Take that off. Everything I use, I always link in the description below, so it's easy for you to get hold of. So the next really important thing is not to put clear resin into this, because it won't give you the result that you really want. What you need to do is add a colour to it. Now you can use something like I'm using, which is mica powder, or you can use an opaque red pigment, or you can use both, and that's what I'm going to do, a bit of both. Here's a tip for you. I always write on my lids as well, opaque or transparent, because when I get them out, I sometimes mix them up and I never know which one's which, and then I end up using transparent instead of opaque and opaque instead of transparent. So just using a Sharpie, marking up those white lids makes it so much easier to be able to look at them at a glance and then put them away into the right boxes. Yep, I'm happy with that. That's mixed up enough that I want it to be mixed up. You can leave this to one side for 3 or 4 minutes just to release any bubbles that you've mixed in using the mica powder. But if you don't want to, then you can pour straight away, because bubbles really aren't going to show once you've got all this mixed up. Now, for an intricate mould like this that's got all these little details in, what I would suggest you do is pour in a little bit to start with at about half full, like that, and then go round and do your good old squidgy widgy and some tappy wappy to make sure that you've got no trapped bubbles in that anywhere. Fill it up again and then do a bit more. It's surprising how easy bubbles will trap in there. Give it a bit of tappy wappy. Okay, and we should be good to go now with that. And we'll fill that right up. There we are. This one's not so bad because it's not got all those little intricate bits in. But I'm going to flow this in quite slowly from the top of this mold here, as you can see. And then that will run down and hopefully push out any bubbles that might get trapped. I've not quite filled that right to the top because I am going to do a bit of squidgy widgy, bit of tappy wappy, and now fill that right to the top. I may have some trap bubbles in the bottom of that, but if I have, I have. Put that in there for about an hour and a half, and that should be lovely and cured, both pieces. And now give me bowl a quick clean out. So I'm going to clean my bowl out with these big wipes. I love these. I still use baby wipes quite a lot, but these clean out silicone jugs and mold so easy. But look how quickly one wipe will clean out that jug of all that red. Go around the outside. It'll also clean off my marker where I put my permanent marker on. These are designed for builders, but there is two different sorts. You can get the rough ones and you can get these ones which aren't rough. Now I've used both and the rough ones don't seem to make any mess. I'm dribbling on now about these, but they are great. Like I said, not sponsored in any way. And then I did get someone complain in my comments the other day. This is what all YouTubers have to put up with. Oh, I'm leaving your channel now because every video seems to be trying to sell something or advertising something. Well, and someone wrote underneath, this is not an airport, you don't need to announce your departure, which I thought was quite amusing. And I'm sorry the person felt like that, but the reason that I tell you what I'm using and where I get it from and I'm linking it is, one, I do earn sometimes a little bit of commission on any sales. It's generally not much, not enough to shout about. But two, it's because if I don't, then I'll use something in a video and I get inundated with emails and comments saying, why have you not linked this? I want to get hold of this. Why have you not linked this? Please, can you link it? Where did you get this from? And so it makes my life a little bit easier and it makes your life a little bit easier. I'm really sorry to those few complainers, but life's not easy out there. And I'm sure that you wouldn't want your employer to let you work 60 hours a week without getting paid anything. Oh, I'm a moaner today, ain't I? Oh, I'm so sorry. Let's have a quick look. It's not like a cake, is it? It's not going to burn. Yeah, I'm doing lovely in there. We'll leave that and we'll come to that in about an hour. This should all be cured now. I've left it the 5 minutes after it turns off the heat and it cools that down lovely. Yeah, it feels great. So let's take this out. Look how beautiful and shiny that is, and a beautiful metallic color, and you really can see the difference in the leaf color as well. And again, the top has come out beautifully, and that top will fit on there like that. Now we have a beautiful little rose pot that has been cured all up in about 2 hours. That has got an amazing shine to it. I love those chrome powders, and it really does make such a difference by burnishing them off a little bit first. I think that has come out wonderful. I love that. I hope you've enjoyed that. Check out the Santa that I made as well. I think you'll really enjoy that. That was a great fun object. Boot that like button, hit that subscribe button, but most important, enjoy your resin. Take care. Bye.